I'm very glad you took us down the pathway of.
Just taking
Sure,
my jacket off.
sure.
Excuse me.
Well, why not?
No, because now that we've said evolution,
Are we-
creation, now we're gonna ready to pull the punches.
Oh,
No,
we're playing
thank
strip.
you.
What's the fact this week? Somebody guesses your fact. Off comes an item of clothing. This is how this thing works. Okay, all right, good. I'm glad that you took us down the pathway of the fact that not all diseases are necessarily 100% bad, because I have what I think is quite an interesting fact just about that exact thing, because there is a disorder that apparently 250 people around the world have. So not a very common disorder at all, which basically only gives those who have it kind of superpowers, because essentially they have longer life expectancy and near immunity to cancer and diabetes. And it's a disorder. So
Good
it's
grief.
Yes, it's a thing you can be born with. It's like a Turner syndrome or Down syndrome. It's a disorder, and it gives you a longer life expectancy and near immunity to cancer and diabetes.
And this is your fact.
This is my fact, yeah.
So you say this disorder exists. You're not going to tell me what it's called.
It's called Laron syndrome.
Laron.
Yeah.
Oh, brother. Laron syndrome. Diabetes. Cancer. But it's bad.
It gives you a longer
Laron.
life expectancy. Like if you've got Laron syndrome, you're expected to live. No. I didn't say it's bad.
Oh.
I didn't say it's bad. I said it's a symptom. It's a disorder. You get it the same way you get kind of many things that, like. So the thing is, symptoms and disorders and syndromes result in difference, right? So they're different from the norm, but they're not necessarily bad. Like people are like, oh, with Down syndrome, they're different, but they're not. It's not bad.
Yes.
So yeah. But in this case, what I'm saying, my fact is, in the case of Laron syndrome, what it basically gives you is superpowers, because it just gives you longer life expectancy and a near immunity to cancer and diabetes.
But you have two heads.
No. I mean,
No, I don't know what Laron syndrome
Yeah, you
is.
definitely don't have two heads.
Okay.
I mean, two heads. I've got two heads.
It's those Siamese twins saying, are you boys playing Siamese twins again? It's a shame. No, maybe it's not.
I mean, yeah.
So you know what Laron syndrome is?
I mean, I know what Laron
Yes.
syndrome is. Obviously, I wouldn't
Right.
have brought it up.
Okay, so that's your fact. Laron syndrome means
Yeah,
you live
basically-
longer and
yeah.
you have this great immunity to cancer and diabetes.
Yeah. So not all disorders are bad.
I'm gonna say, no. There's no ways that a disorder will give you immunity.
So
to
yeah,
cancer
disorders
and-
maybe the wrong, because I use the word disorder because disorder just, in medical terminology, disorder just means a difference. It just means like a genetic kind of a difference, or something that's triggered, or maybe a chromosome is missing, or maybe there's something that's different from how people are usually structured. And what I'm saying is, so that's why I've called it a disorder. I mean, I suppose it's a very negative word, but it's a syndrome. It's actually called Laron syndrome.
Right.
So yeah, it's not Laron disorder; it's Laron syndrome, and
Wow.
it is a disorder that basically gives you these superpowers.
Nope. Don't buy it. No. Can't get cancer. Can't get diabetes.
No. It doesn't say can't. It's near immunity to cancer and diabetes, yeah, and increased life expectancy because of that, because you are less likely to get cancer and diabetes.
And can I ask a clue? Can you get is there a downside? Well, your four nuts, your four nut sacks is a bit of a downside. The mutated nut sack on your.
Did you ever see the movie The Highlander, Ryan? Did you ever see the movie The Highlander?
I saw some of it, and there was a TV series.
I think the downside of Laron syndrome is probably the same as the Highlander, I would guess. If you're going to make me guess, in that you outlive your loved ones. I blossom. I love you, Blossom. Goodbye, Blossom. That's the thing about who wants to live forever, asked Freddie Mercury.
Freddie,
and maybe that's the Down syndrome.
Look at you.
Oh, my word.
Ooh la la.
Yes, I'm in trouble.
Ooh la la.
Maybe that's the downside to Laron syndrome. I don't know. What I'm telling you is my fact is
No.
it literally, for all intents and purposes, the people are the same. They just get a longer life expectancy because they have a near immunity to cancer and diabetes.
Wow. Laron syndrome.
Yeah.
No. It's a lie. You're lying.
Yeah. No, I am lying.
Yes.
I'm telling you the truth about those superpowers. If you've got Laren syndrome, you do in fact have those superpowers.
Really?
Yeah, but you do have some downsides. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're generally short-statured, so significantly below the average height. Obesity,
Oh.
craniofacial abnormalities,
Okay. Okay.
and a micropenis. So essentially, I could have Laren syndrome. Like I could live forever. I just don't know it.
Laren
I have all the
syndrome.
downsides of Laren syndrome without any of the benefits.
You short cranial
Yeah, my
micropenis.
micropenis, what craniofacial abnormalities. So I have all of the downsides with none of the necessarily perceived benefits. Yeah, but they do have low blood sugar and low serum IGF-1, despite elevated basal serum. So that's the low blood sugar and things are the reasons why they have a decreased chance of getting diabetes. But yeah, so sadly they can be shorter, more overweight, but they do, as a positive on this thing, get to live longer. Know that they'll basically not get diabetes, so eat whatever you want. If you're going to be obese anyway, have at it, and no cancer. So really, there are benefits. There are
syndrome.
benefits. Yeah.
When do they pick it up? Like early on?
Yeah, I think it's at the craniofacial abnormality stage, Ryan.
He's a lovely little boy. Got a micro penis.
Yeah.
And he
I
looks
wonder
like
how
the
you know,
Hulk.
because I've never seen a baby who you're like, geez, look at the dong on that guy.
Yeah.
They're all micro to me. you know?
Yeah.
But maybe that's because I'm so huge. You might be thinking, huh? Is that what you're thinking, Ryan? Is that what you're
No,
thinking?
no,
Yeah.
no,
I
not
didn't
thinking.
I didn't
No.
think it might be.
Do you know that insulting someone in German about calling them a micro penis, micro is still micro in German.
Oh, so it's still micro.
It's like you micro schwatzer.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm sure they've got some sort of really fancy word for penis. Some
But
sort of
micro is just normal.
yeah. So it's like micro Hanschen Schulen Fargen.
Yeah. So if you're
Sorry,
in Germany
German
and,
people, that was
Oak tunes you micro something, then it
yeah.
means
He's
you're-
making fun of your
probably-
penis.
Yeah, but and the micro is a
There's
giveaway.
actually I think there's a word that I learned from comedian Alan Adams. For a penis that does not extend beyond the testicles, it's called a rantalion. Yeah, so there you go. Sorry, followers with rantalions. We apologize if this
Shame.
is.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, this has really been the body shamey podcast
yeah.
because of the rantalion and the sickle cell anemia. We're really having a go at it, and the craniofacial abnormalities.
of
But then-
Laren. Who was poor Laren?
Yeah, listen, if you're going to pick a fight with somebody, it's
He
got to be
looks
somebody
like
with
Laren.
Laren syndrome. They're already, like, they're going to live forever. You can't beat them. They're going to come for you relentlessly. That's like, you don't want to pick a fight with these guys. They're not going to die. They will be coming for your grandkids. That's what's going to happen.
And
Don't.
so obviously the first oak, bit obese, bit of a funny head, micro penis. His name was Laren. What are we going to call this?
Yeah, because that's, yeah. I mean, look, at least they didn't call it, the South African syndrome. Because that would have been bad for all of us.
The
That would have
British
been
are like, oh no, it's a village in France. It's Laren village, south of Paris.
Yeah.
They're all obese and micro penis.
I bet you it was amongst the doctors. I bet you the doctors all had this one doctor called Laren, and nobody liked him, and they made fun of him every time when they ate their lunch. And then the first guy was born with a tiny penis, and they were like, "Hey, Laren, check here. This oak's like you. This is Laren syndrome." And he's like, "Fuck you guys, I'm quitting."
Like when I was small, there were like stories of medical people losing their minds, especially in like when they have to do the Godiva
Oh
thing.
yeah.
And like at some point they, you're not allowed to obviously, but they'd like skip with the small
You
intestines.
hear the, oh, you
But
hear
I
these
don't know
stories.
how true that is.
No, I'm sure it's one of those urban myths because
Yeah.
because honestly, the best thing a person can do is donate their body to the organs to organ donation and their body
do
to
that,
science,
folks.
and yeah, I mean that's a good thing to do. So you wouldn't like to imagine our psychopathic doctors, putting an eyeball in each other's pocket. Ah! I got you, Whittle. Like you've got eyes in your pocket.
It's
You
your
know?
turn to skip, Warren. England, islands.
Yeah.
No. Put Exhibit A's small intestine duodenum back in his abdominal cavity.
Okay, if you all cut open your kidneys, you'll sorry, sir, yeah. I put my kidney in so and so's lunch the other day.
Oh no! How was your chicken livers? Was it like?
It was
oh my
it was
God.
tasty.
No, in first year we didn't get humans to. We got the platana and a rat, and then I was making jokes. I was like, because the platana didn't smell so too bad in the formaldehyde, but the rat, oh God, even with the full, I don't know what, it's not the formaldehyde that smells, it's the actual rat.
Right.
And then I was making jokes saying, rat abdominal cavity by Yardley. That was, my little
Very
joke.
You were a
It
very
was-
funny first year, Ryan. I can't imagine why you went into comedy.